Welcome to BC Lions on Tap on AM 730, the Lions Audio Network. It's the Moj, Bob Marjanovic, along with Matt Baker and Nick Kowalski from the Lions social media team. Coming to you from the Village Pub in Champlain Heights. Big shout out to Declan and his crew for having us here. And guys, it's a good weekend to be a Lions fan as BC goes into Montreal, snaps a 2-game losing streak, and defeats the Montreal Alouettes by a score of 34-25. And I'll start off with you, Matt Baker. A lot of people are starting to doubt the BC Lions losing 2 games, particularly to third-string quarterbacks and Jake Dolegala with Saskatchewan, and, of course, Taylor Powell with Hamilton, losing 30-13 at home. Energy was an issue in that Hamilton game particularly. Rick Campbell talked about it, but it wasn't an issue in Montreal, was it?
Yeah, Nick and I were down there field level as always, and you can tell right from the anthem that it was going to be a different vibe down there. That's a carryover from a good, energetic week at practice. But an important win in many aspects, but also consider traded punches with the Alouettes. I think there was 6 lead changes, a couple momentum swings that normally not all teams would bounce back from. The stand-back touchdown, and very impressive win, I will say.
And the other thing, too, that Jeshron Antwi fake punt on 3rd and 5 where the Montreal Alouettes got the ball down to the BC 22, if I'm not mistaken, Mick, and yet the Lions found a way to get out of that jam.
Yeah, very next play, Quincy Moget grabs his first CFL interception, and then something we haven't really seen from this Lions team either is they go on like a 6-minute drive with pretty much all Taquan Mizell rushes, kind of like that Winnipeg Blue Bomber style where you see them put away games late in the 4th quarter. And then Smoke scores his first CFL rushing touchdown, too, to end that drive and ultimately clinch the game.
Yeah, and that was the nice part about that last drive because I know talking to Coach Rick Campbell, one of the things that he wanted to see was this team show that it could run the football. And not necessarily in this game, and he touched on, the fact that it wouldn't be the weather in this game. But, as it gets colder, gets uglier in the fall, you're going to need to run the football. And in that last drive, basically they ran – I'm looking at the plays right here. The 7-yard touchdown, 3 before that, 8 before that, 10 before that, all Smoke Mizell runs, right? They ran the football. He had another carry for 9 yards. So, in that last drive, they managed to basically dictate the game to the Montreal Alouettes.
Yeah, and you look at the other top contenders in this league, the Torontos, the Winnipegs, when they need to kill the clock, when they need a big drive, more often than not, they get it, and that's what this team did. And, 4-3 on the road, 4 of 6 at home now with an 8-4 record. Got some help on the out-of-town scoreboard, so all of a sudden, this final third of the season, Bob, it's looking pretty exciting.
Yeah, and, the other thing about this win in Montreal, it allows the Lions, combined with the Winnipeg loss in Saskatchewan, allows the Lions to control their own destiny for first place.
Absolutely.
So, if things go well, if they can run the table heading into that game against the Bombers on October the 6th at BC Place Stadium, it should make for a very, very entertaining night, a very, very big night. But first things first, bye week, and then a game against the Ottawa Redblacks at home on Saturday, September the 16th, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Did I get that right? Yeah,
4 p.m. Yep.
Off the top of my head, that's amazing. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on and some of the special things that are going to be planned for that game. But we're thrilled to have the president of the BC Lions, Duane Vienneau, join us here at the Village Pub in Champlain Heights. Duane, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Nice to have you on board. And, we always kind of do this with players, right? We talk about their journey and how they kind of got to where you got. Where they got. We know you're with the league prior to coming with the Lions. Did work with Edmonton as well. But tell us about your beginnings, the origins of getting into the CFL and loving the CFL game.
Oh, man. I've been in and out of the CFL probably 4 or 5 different stints here. I ran a couple of Grey Cups in Edmonton. That was sort of my first sort of crack at the CFL. And both times I ran those Grey Cups, I stayed with the club after in a role that once I was the VP of marketing and brand management and events. And anyway, so I always seem to gravitate back to the CFL. I've been around it for a long time, and I just love it.
So when you were a kid growing up, we're talking Tom Wilkinson, or are we talking maybe a little later on?
No,
Matt Dunnigan,
I was a Wilkie fan. You know, Wilkie was there when Warren Moon came in, and Wilkie was the was the guy that guided him through it all, and it was those were the big days back in the Knothole gang.
You know, the crazy thing about those great Edmonton teams, and I'm talking about the 5 consecutive Grey Cups, I can name probably like 6 guys that the Lions let go. Larry Highbaugh, Ron Este, Tom Wilkinson, Bruce Howes. It's not bad, eh? Like
those are good.
bad,
Those are good names.
Those are some digs, but there's like 5 or 6 guys on those Edmonton teams that started off in BC, and for whatever reason, the Lions cut them, and they go to Edmonton, and they became rock stars.
Yeah. Those are good teams, and I was very young then, so it was my impressionable years. I was under 10 years old, so it's what made me fall in love.
All right, what made you fall in love with BC?
Well, what's not to love about BC? First off, to get the opportunity to come to this club and such a storied franchise was just tremendous. But, a great staff, a great team, a great place to live. It's just been tremendous. And, you can't say enough about Amar Doman buying the team and everything that he's done and believes in. And when I first had the opportunity to talk about Amar, about this role, and all his plans on what he wanted to do was just so aligned. He, reaching out to the entire province and to the event-based strategy and, re-engaging the youth and making sure that we're filling our fans are, we're filling that funnel with the new fans. And it's just exciting stuff, and we're starting to see the results of it.
And, the other thing, too, and I'll throw this to Matt and Nick, and speak freely. Don't worry that Duane's the president, guys. But
please do.
But I mean, to me, what's really cool about having Amar Doman take over this franchise, it seems to everyone seems rejuvenated, reinvigorated. I mean, everyone's like looking forward to coming to work. They're having fun coming to work, Matt.
Yeah, and I hear that's definitely very much true. It is a solid vibe. We have a solid all our departments, marketing, partnerships, ticket sales, everything. But number one thing I hear is people who work for other teams who come when we host them, and they say, never seen the Lions have such a presence in town. Like whether it's talking about, the merchandise trailer downtown, the flags, the banners.
Yep.
It might seem like a little thing, but it's not, Duane, right?
No, not at all. It's the vibe is very, very strong. Everywhere you look, the teams come in and they see it, and they're talking about it on TSN all the time. And there's a lot happened in the last couple of years, and everything's going very well so far.
We will continue to break it all down. We'll talk about some of the special initiatives the Lions have coming up as well with President Duane Vienneau. Of course, we're coming to you from the Village Pub at Champlain Heights. If you're in the neighborhood, pop on by. You're listening to BC Lions on Tap on AM 730 and the Lions Audio Network. Welcome back. You're listening to BC Lions on Tap on AM 730 and the Lions Audio Network. It's the Moj, Bob Marjanovic, along with Nick Kowalski and Matt Baker from the Lions social media team. And we also have the president of the BC Lions joining us here at the Village Pub in Champlain Heights, Mr. Duane Vienneau. And by the way, big shout out to Declan and his staff here at the Village Pub for having us. Duane, you mentioned before the break about talking with Mr. Amar Doman and re-engaging fans in this province. And to me, that's like one of the really cool things about the Lions is the fact that they are BC's team. And sometimes people just kind of think of BC, but the organization really goes all out to try to re-engage fans. And you're doing it by starting times. You're doing it with the bus initiatives, the ferry initiatives. It's something that I think, and it's been well received, I imagine, as well.
Absolutely. And those are two you just listed, but, in the off season, we work really, really hard with amateur football, and we're trying to grow amateur football. And that's the theme for the next game, is all about the future stars. But there's so many initiatives, but you're right. It's all about being more accessible to fans. How do we make it easier for fans to come participate in a Lions game? And it's really as simple as that. And how do we but how do fans think we're cool again? And that's something you don't just snap a finger and make it happen. So there's lots of different things that go into that. And last weekend we were very, obviously we got the win on Saturday, and that was so big. But we also got a win off the field with, the concert on Saturday night with Ed Sheeran wearing our jersey. And that has been a hit. Hey, guys, it's on social media, and it's been all over the place. So just everything all together is just sort of coming together nicely, and we know we have a lot of work to do, and we're going to keep working, but we want to consistently be in a situation where we have that upper bowl open all the time, and that's our future goal.
Yeah, so might as well keep it going with it. So we're calling it Future Stars Night, September 16th. Moj hit on it briefly, but amateur football saluting. We're going to have all the champions, community football playing. I think pregame and halftime is the idea.
Absolutely.
Every football playing kid's going to get a free BC Lions mouthguard as well. But the other big initiative, marketing it to kids. We're going to have an expanded kids concession stand. We're all looking forward to that part, I think.
I like the kids' meals. Yeah.
So that's Future Stars.
Yeah, it's a big game, and it's again, it's something that we work on all year long, and it all comes together on this game, and there's going to be some fun little initiatives for all the fans and all the amateur football players. So it's going to be a good one.
Always a special one on the calendar, September 29th, Orange Shirt Day game. A third annual where we pay respect to Canada's National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. A lot of the great initiatives with this, 10,000 T-shirts for fans, but something new. We're going to wear special warm-up jerseys and then auction those off for the Orange Shirt Society.
Yeah, exactly, Matt. And this has become a national initiative, and BC was I think the first team. I was one of the first teams to do this 2 years ago, and then Saskatchewan and Winnipeg joined in, and now the entire league is doing it over that weekend as well. So we are wearing those practice jerseys. They're all going to get auctioned off and raise some money, and it's just a great initiative. So all of them will be, all teams in the entire league will be wearing orange jerseys leading in.
Couple more elements around that game that we'll be announcing soon. Not going to tip our hand yet, so stay tuned, as they say. We call that a tease in the radio business.
Next week, Matt.
So in other words, we can't tell them about the U2 concert yet?
No, just keep it on the...
hey, Moj, you did that.
Keep it at this table.
That's a great throwback.
You did that at
my phone had never blown up so much than at FanFest scrimmage.
People were reporting it as fact.
I had to let Amar know what you did that day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Oops. But hey, you know what?
It got people
talking, right? For people that don't know the story, Matt and I were doing the scrimmage at Kamloops during training camp, and I just, jokingly said that and everyone was wondering who's the concert going to be, who's going to be a LL Cool J, right? As we all know by now, but I just said, have they announced the U2 concert yet? And just like wildfire, pardon the hatch.
Oh, it was great.
It was awesome.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you what's more exciting than U2. You can ask Nikki here. I was excited about this when the schedule came out. The Gravy Bowl. This is going to be a big one. Winnipeg, October 6th, potentially first place on the line, and we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving. You're going to be dueling with Wade Miller, right? Eating turkey? Is that the rumor?
Yeah, we're doing something like that. But basically, and
I'm not going to say anything.
Mike's laughing.
I'm taking the fifth.
So we had great success with the Watermelon Smash earlier in the summer with the riders, and we created that sort of that different tailgate environment. So we're going to have some fun with Thanksgiving, and it's called the Gravy Bowl, and we're going to have a lot of similar elements, and we're going to be doing some head-to-head stuff with Wade Miller and his crew, but we're going to have some fun with the Thanksgiving team.
Can we pinch hit Jamie Terrace for you?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say that Jamie can eat a lot of food.
Get Julio.
He has legendary status, and for people, Jamie, community relations with the team, former Lion, Wall of Fame. There's rumors that there were times where he'd eat half a cow at a sitting or something, right? I mean, so I'm just saying, if you need somebody to show up and win a food eating competition, Terrace is your guy. And
there's one part of it that we'll have more information coming up, but there's going to be a sort of a Thanksgiving meal with fans and myself from the Lions and Wade Miller and some fans.
Perfect.
And we're going to be breaking bread together. So it's not all about competition. We're going to have some fun and celebrate CFL football.
It's interesting. I think we were talking about this off air about the watermelon promotion that you had with the Riders, and other people are kind of picking up on it. How much have you seen organizations try to tap into what you guys are doing and say, hey, what are some of the initiatives that you're doing? What's working, what's not, et cetera? I mean, do you think there has to be more of a collaborative effort with the league that way?
Yeah, you know what? All the teams do collaborate and talk and work together. I have to tell you, and we sort of talked about this earlier, but a lot of teams come and visit our market, and they want to see what we're doing for in-game, and they've heard how great our in-game entertainment is, and just everything from our socials that everyone here works on. And it's just we're raising the bar, and people are, people are following. And we were sort of giggling about it off the air, but that watermelon smash is Saskatchewan's thing, and they ended up doing a contest last week. Sort of, it wasn't, I wouldn't call it a copying, but it was a similar type vibe, and I thought it was a good form of flattery, right?
And by the way, speaking of flattery, and I'm going to blow a little smoke here. Nick Kowalski, the guy sitting beside me here, your social media guy that does him, Stephen Chang, and
the whole
Liam
team,
as well. You guys are killing it. Like I'm telling you. I mean, I see some of these videos that these guys produce, and some of the work and the photos that Steve uses or gives us that we use for our black press columns. It's amazing work. I mean, it's second to none.
It's absolutely amazing, but I do find, and you guys can help me. Do you find the whole league is starting to elevate their game?
Absolutely.
And so I think it's everything,
which is good.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Well, we are going to let you run, sir, but we appreciate you stopping by tonight. Continued success, and look forward to seeing you and working with you here in the next few weeks while the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Matt, you'll talk about the last game.
Yes, October 20th, Calgary, blackout night, Halloween. Moj is going to wear a costume.
We're all going to dress up as Moj.
I'm dressing up as Julio.
Yeah.
I think I could pull that one off.
Thanks, guys.
You are listening to BC Lions on Tap on AM 730 and the BC Lions Audio Network. You're listening to BC Lions on Tap on AM 730 and the Lions Audio Network. It's the Moj, Bob Marjanovic, along with Matt Baker and Nick Kowalski from the Lions social media team, coming to you from the Village Pub in Champlain Heights in Vancouver. And folks, it is time. It is time for Nick Kowalski's world-famous trivia, renowned all the way from Mission to Montreal. And the fans are clamoring to find out what's going on tonight.
I don't see any Sharpies, so that doesn't mean no price is right tonight.
We got a new game on hand today. We're going to play a game called Career Path. And for those listening right now, I'll talk it out so you can understand this. But essentially what I got right in front of me is a BC Lions player career stats. They're right in front of me, so you guys can see this. If you're watching the episode, it'll be around the screen too, so you'll see it too. But you guys got to guess who this player is, and you guys can unveil when he played, what team he played for, or his stats. What do you guys want to start with for this first quarterback? It says passing here. Year? So this quarterback...
okay, but Moj and I are working...
This quarterback played from 1980 to 1988.
Roy DeWalt.
You guys already got it off the bat.
Yeah.
I will say though, all these players didn't play every single season for the BC Lions, but this one is Roy DeWalt. So Roy DeWalt is his first answer. So next one is going to be a running back. So what do you guys want to start with for
year?
You guys want to unveil the year again?
Career path? Yeah, sure.
Year.
1991
Sean
to 2000.
Millington.
Okay.
You guys are too
Moj
good.
is quick.
I'm making this too easy. I'm making this too easy. So now I know in the future.
Well, Moj and Millington are like the same age.
Guy
and
blew
same
my
vintage.
knee up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a receiver's yards throughout his career.
Career.
This receiver, he had a high of 1437. He had 5 1,000-yard seasons.
When was the 1437? Year 4?
You guys don't know yet. Yeah, but his fourth year, he had 1,437 yards.
Leroy Simon.
Incorrect.
Jason Claremont.
Incorrect. You guys want to unveil something else?
Sure.
Let's go team.
Let's go team. So we got 4 years with the BC Lions, and then followed by 7 with Edmonton and 1 more with BC.
Oh, that's a good
one. 4, 7... might have to go with the years here.
The years might give it away. You guys got a guess, though?
Because Flutie was in Hamilton. Years.
You guys, let's get a guess.
Yeah, hang on.
BC 4 years, followed by Edmonton 7 years, and then 1 more year in BC. Who is this receiver?
Not Jim Sandusky.
Sandusky.
You are
nicely
correct.
played.
That's
Jim
it.
Sandusky,
That was it.
Jim
yeah.
Sandusky.
1984 to 1998. So that's correct.
Okay.
I have one that's a little harder at the end because I don't know how to gauge this. But here's a running back. He was in the NFL for a bit, also in the CFL. Well, we're gonna unveil his.
You pick.
Let's unveil his number of carries. That doesn't give much. We got 19, 13, 102. How about his touchdowns?
Sure.
He had 2, 0, 3, 2, 1.
So this guy started in the NFL?
These are all his. Is this all his CFL
carries.
stats or NFL stats?
Combination.
Combination.
You guys got a guess? He had a season high 11 touchdowns 1 year.
For the Lions?
Yeah, get a running
Years.
back.
Give me years.
Okay, here's years. This
I'll
is
blow
probably
this.
going to give it away. So his years were 1952
Oh my
to
gosh.
1962. Is when he played. So you're complaining about the early guys. Here's one.
This is like way before my time.
Yeah, you and me both.
Here's teams.
Not Willie Fleming.
So he started with the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers, and then went to BC for 8 seasons.
Jim Evanson.
Incorrect.
No.
He's a well-known player.
It's
Willie
not Willie
Fleming.
Fleming.
Not Willie Fleming. Here's yards. He had a season. He only had 885 as his high in yards.
Jackie Parker.
Incorrect.
He was a ranked quarterback.
He was a
running back.
quarterback.
Okay, we're gonna move on. This one was by Bailey.
Byron Bailey.
By Bailey. Here's a receiver. We'll go with the years.
Okay.
This receiver played from 03 to 2014. Again, maybe
03.
not every year for the BC Lions, but that's his career
So
path.
did he start with the BC Lions? I guess we have to go teams, but
You got a
Go
random
team.
guess? You got a random guess first?
No random guess. Go team.
Go team.
I love going team. That gives me perspective.
This will give it away. So it's about 10 years straight with BC. Went to Edmonton for a year, and then went to Ottawa for his final season.
It wouldn't be Arsenal because Arsenal's still in the league.
So started in 03
But
with the
Edmonton
Lions.
did play with Edmonton.
So he's a BC Lion from 2003 to 2013.
It's not
Yep.
Claremont because Claremont
Claremont
played
was
Saskatchewan.
Sask.
You guys want to
should
go?
know this.
Let's go with yards.
Yards? Sure.
So a couple
Paris
1,000
Jackson.
yard receivers. There you
There
go.
you
It's
go.
Paris Jackson. A
Nice
couple
job.
1,000 yard receivers probably gave it
Forgot
away.
he was a red black at the end.
No, I just remembered 2011, the receiver.
Here's a quarterback. So strictly with the BC Lions
Yep.
from 1971 to 19.
Don Moorhead.
Don Moorhead.
You got it. I thought
Yeah.
that was gonna be a little tricky.
See, that's the thing.
See,
Like you
70s
put
is his wheelhouse.
70s,
Right there,
80s,
eh?
that's my wheelhouse. Anything past 2000's a blur.
Any more?
That's all I got for you guys. I think you
Okay.
guys did pretty well on
I
that.
tell you where Don Moorhead played too, University of Michigan.
There you go.
And
That's
he's
not
backed
included
up
on
by
here.
Carl Douglas.
Should have given you guys this. You got the interceptions and everything. Not the best stats, but
All right,
Not bad.
Kowalski,
Yeah.
great stuff tonight. That was fun. So Matthew, very quickly, next upcoming game, Ottawa. People want more info. What they got going on? How do they go about finding out more info?
BCLions.com. A lot of ticketing options, and like we said, Future Stars Night, amateur football. Bring the kids, expand it. Celebrate. Reward going back to school. Taking out concession stand. Expand it.
Saturday, September 16th,
4 o'clock.
Resurrection Spirits pregame show, 3 o'clock on AM 730, the Lions Radio Network, and, of course, kickoff at 4 at BC Place Stadium. want to thank everyone here at the Village Pub in Champlain Heights, Declan and his staff for having us. That's a wrap for us tonight. Big thank you to Mike Whittingham behind the scenes, doing a tremendous job as usual. You know what I'm going to tell you before we get out of here? On behalf of Matt Baker and Nick Kowalski, do what you got to do, folks. Just do us a favor. Be safe.